He's really the first person I met when I came to Chicago. That's no joke. He's the first person I saw, and he's been a great friend ever since. He helps produce this room right here, the BLT. He's the B part. Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan, everybody, Brendan Murphy! How's it going, everyone? Well. Oh, I love this. I don't do a lot of shows, I do a lot of open mics, and that's not like this. There's not like people that are enthusiastic about being there. There's just a bunch of people who are watching their dreams die. It's like the DMV of comedy, if there was one. People are less pleasant somehow. And we have people near the stage. Usually you're up on some sort of structure that's used for like pole dancing or karaoke, and it's asymmetrical. People are looking at you like you're Roman Polanski in a Hot Topic. Didn't know if that would land. That's a current events joke from 1971. You should read Wikipedia during your leisure time like I do. Some people call what I call leisure time work time. So it's just a different dynamic. It's good to be here. It is. My girlfriend is the best, but sometimes we have disagreements, and we had a strange one recently where she told me that she doesn't think we fight enough. Which sounds like a good thing. But I'm a people pleaser, so I went about solving this issue and I said, that's okay, I hear what you're saying, and I don't think we have sex enough. And I solved one of our two problems that night. That's batting 500. Many-time MVP if you're doing that regularly. I understand the logic of wanting to fight because it could potentially take something that's in a negative underbelly that's buried and eradicate it. You can maybe be a stronger couple if you fight. But I don't fight productively. I'm Irish, and the Irish are very bad at that. It's just considered an emotionally repressed culture. Some people would say that the Irish bottle it up, which is ignorant and stereotypical. And if we're going to use an Irish stereotype that's ignorant and stereotypical, we have to go with something about the Irishman loving the bottom of the bottle. Right? That's the best fucking part. We don't keep them intact. There are no hydroxypide bottles in most Irish liquor cabinets. You guys don't get that because you don't know that word. It's very Irish. They are very understated and under-reactionary because the Irish have had a pretty rough run in terms of just losing a lot for 2,000 years. So they're not optimistic. Instead, they're the opposite. They're just understated and passive. And you'll see it. I'll give you an example. From 1968 to 1998, there was a very gruesome civil war in Belfast, Northern Ireland. There were daily bombings, gunfire in the streets, masked gunmen taking hostages. This was Tel Aviv without a tan. Or exotic fruit. In that period in Ireland, 50,000 people were killed or injured in the violence. It was mostly civilians. It's incredibly tragic and traumatic. And historically, that time frame in Irish history is referred to as the Troubles. That's an understatement, right? In Ireland, a hail of gunfire that torments an entire generation is considered troubling. That's my DNA, that's where my emotional constitution comes from. But the actual coping skills and reaction skills, those are American as fuck. You know? And it's different here, it is. You know, we don't do the underreact, we do the overreact. Let me give you an example of that. January 2010, we had a blizzard in Chicago. 22 inches of snow fell in 10 hours. It was intense, it was inconvenient, it was hard to get mobile. That period in Chicago history is known as snowpocalypse, which alludes to the apocalypse, which is a biblical term for a war between celestial and demonic forces that results in the end of days. This was not the end of days. For me, this was the beginning of a series of pleasant days. Work was closed, Snowmen were erected. Very picturesque. This is not how the end of days is supposed to go either. I read the book of Revelations, which was the first for me. And when the end of days, when the rapture is coming, they never once mention cross-country skiing is an activity that takes place in or around that period. In fact, from what I gather, it's going to be very hot for people like me when that happens. Hot. It's a song of fire, not ice. It's a Game of Thrones joke. Men between 30 and 39 think I'm 10% more fuckable now. Now I'm going to go back to my relationship because we're going to jump all over because I have a manic mind. We are working on our communication, and it's been going well, but sometimes we have time, our signals get crossed. For instance, Ashley called me from work yesterday, and she said, "You're never going to believe what happened to me this morning. I was helping an 84-year-old man out of bed, and he peed on me." And I had to process for a second and said, "You're right, Ash. I don't believe that happened to you. Because you work as an accountant. How does that fit into your day-to-day? I don't see it. I don't see it." We are about to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. And this has been a great relationship. I was pretty bad break. Would you guys like to hear the review of Morgan's 4-star vagina? And you can go home and look this up, and you can rate it. I don't know how your experiences were. First-timers and veterans agree. This Humboldt Park hotspot is a must-try. A cozy feel in spite of years of frequent patronage. Its central location makes the perfect place for eating out. I got 2,000 more words, so buckle up. Those truly in the know are welcome to the back entrance. Owner makes soul-crushing decisions on a whim, but turns over clientele quickly. Doughy 30-year-old white guys may feel insecure and out of place at times. On that chuckle, I will leave you. My name is Brendan Murphy. Thanks so much, guys.